Folks, right up to your elbow in your you-know-what. Undeniable evidence in the link of this title for all the naysayers, all those listening to the government and the propaganda machines. I give you from the Prime Minister of Canada himself, right on his website. We did not get any deals with any Asian countries. Zero, zip, zilch. We did commit $25 million of Canadian taxpayers' monies for a letter of intent with two of the Asian countries. Two, and a letter of intent. All you taxpayers paid $25 million to take an elbow right up your you-know-what. Elbow deep. That's what we got from Mark Carney. Now, swing over. I don't give you the link. You gotta get off your lazy keister and do it yourself. Go look at all the publications on the United States government website of all the trade deals signed with Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, and all the Asian partners. 11-0 Donald J. Trump against Mark Carney. Why? Because the only event that all the partners of Beijing went to was the United States' event. Separately, sub-meetings during the breaks outside of the main event is where Carney was, because he was not in the event. You will not find a picture outside of opening ceremony, Mark Carney, and then when Donald J. Trump arrived, everybody vacated and went to the American delegation and presentation, where Mark Carney wasn't allowed. He had to stay in that lobby. Sure, everybody comes through. I went to the B7 summit in Ottawa. Exact same rollout, where security are at the event entrance and exits. You don't get past that lobby, the red carpet stage, so to speak. No different than Beijing. Mark Carney was treated exactly like us Canadians were at the B7 summit by CSIS and 3 other Canadian policing security details, some undercover. We even had a low-life undercover agent pretending to be a 51st Stater to see if we were a threat and to make sure we could never go see the Canada-USA ambassador, because that's how it is in Canada. You have to have a special badge approved by the government. Did you know when you go to Washington, D.C., United States doesn't restrict Canadians from touring the White House. They require you to go to your U.S. Embassy, Canada-U.S. Embassy in Washington, D.C., just down the street, to get a pass. But Canada won't give Canadians a pass. They don't want Canadians mingling and mixing with the United States, because you may learn that Americans are equal citizens and are free. And in fact, the government's beholden in their power from and for and by the people themselves, right at the initial start of each and every community, from the family unit on to community. This happens with elected sheriffs and the local magistrate. That's how it works in USA. Not in Canada. We're a centralized pyramid top-down scheme, and if you're a lowly subject, you're way down here on the totem pole. Folks, the link's in the title. Mark Carney's words. He got a letter of intent, gave away $25 million, and we got sweet diddly-do. For all these elbows up, folks, all these lunatics, even these leftists from the United States who are still in love with Kamala Harris, You are wrong, dead wrong. Signatures and trade agreements are there. Trump got 11, Carney got 0. So I'm sorry, everybody, but the biggest con and lie is called Canada, as it's always been. All Canadians know it's not a liberal, a conservative NDP thing. It's a crown thing in this country called Canada, the constitutional monarchy. We are an electoral autocracy, published in all American academic institutions. You go through them all the way through. Harvard, Yale, Princeton, go all the way through from Chicago to Texas in all major U.S. universities. Democrat, Republican professors alike, the best of the best. In a 4-year study, now almost 2 years old, Canada is an electoral autocracy. That's what Canadians are in. That's who you are. You're not citizens. You're not equal citizens. You have a Citizenship Act that clearly forces you to agree to subjugation as you give an oath of allegiance, losing all your rights, all your natural rights that every human being should have. You give it away, and you give away your citizenship and pledge allegiance to subjugation under that crown, where you elect superiors, defined constitutional entities, superior human beings to you, to rule over you. That's what Canada is. It's always been. And all media has now changed their tune. Got emailed all yesterday. I was right. I never lie to anybody. Sure, Mark Carney was there. Sure, he did the opening ceremonies, but he did not enter the main event. In fact, none of the leaders did. USA controlled that entirely, and nobody was allowed in. Nobody, except for those Asian partners who all signed with the United States. Nobody else. Show me a trade deal that Mark Carney landed. He had 2 leadership meetings, and he didn't get anything. He got a letter of intent after pledging $25 million of Canadian taxpayers' money. You paid for him to go there to give away your tax dollars for a hope and a prayer. Put your faith in a crown that isn't going to deliver you anything. You are going to pay and take care of those people and pray that something comes down the pipeline. Oh, but Donald J. Trump actually got trade deals. He got 11, you got none. So what is that pipeline of trade deals going to be for Canada? In Green New Deal, as laid out in Prime Minister Mark Carney's presentation on the Prime Minister of Canada's government website, in Mark Carney's letter and address to all of you fools. You elbows up, your rear end elbow deep. That's what you got, Canadians. It's time to take your heads out of your butt. Pull the elbow out and put your head up there and look, and you will find the truth. That's where we're at. And it's sad. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to be a Canadian. It really is. And to have such a vast majority out there. I'm happy. Thousands of people are waking up all across the country. My following's expanded just in this week by over 500 people. I've got several viral posts right now, all confirmed. Media's all ready. When I sent that to the media and said, listen, the United States published all this, Mark Carney isn't there. He didn't go to the main event. He was left outside in the lobby. I know. The Canadian government did it to myself and 4 other brave Canadians that follow me, who came with me, had the courage to come. We were locked out for the entire event, just like the United States did to Mark Carney here. Now, yes, Mark Carney had booth meetings outside of that and got nothing. Nothing. You go on the government of the United States website and you'll find all Donald J. Trump signed deals. Then you go on Canada's and we got a letter of intent with 2 Asian countries in the hopes maybe down the road under the Green New Deal, we're going to get some kind of agreement. How's that going to work when we just got 10% more tariffs, folks? And any country that tries to bypass the United States will get the same 10% being applied to Canada now. We will not get any trade deals. I don't know what's going to happen with China. Again, everybody, American, Canadian alike. Undeniable evidence. That's all I deal in. I do very well. I don't get shut down. My posts don't get removed because it's always undeniable evidence. I cross my T's, I dot my I's, and I don't make any kind of these cuckold mistakes that the 99 percentile in Canada do, because they're institutionalized in socialist fascist system where you lie, cheat, steal, lie. That's how you grow in the corporate ladder all the way up the crown pyramid scheme. That's how you do it, by being a liar and a filthy cheat. The better the liar, the higher you go. Folks, it's all there for you. I have publications over just the last 20 hours. Undeniable. You have the media changing all of their tunes. I even underline it. They say, and other summits. There's only one summit, and that was the main event, and that was led by the United States. All the rest is cannon fodder because those countries signed with the United States. Yes, they signed on with President Trump. There's many videos, many grand presentations by those Asian countries individually and some collectively for the United States. A real showing, an undeniable support and showing for the United States. And the proof is in the pudding. Today, Monday, we have all the USA government publications, the deals Donald J. Trump signed with which countries, and then you have Mark Carney with none. Prime Minister of Canada address on primeministerofcanada.gov website Canada. Undeniable now. The elbow is right up your derriere for those who don't believe it. It's so important to share this video. Undeniable evidence. I even underline what you paid and what you got. Canada is wordsmithers extraordinaire, masters of propaganda, as the British are too. And why? There are two English languages in the world. One is Webster Dictionary based. The other is Oxford Dictionary based. You want to talk about being able to lie in English? Oxford allows you to do that at an unbelievable pace and rate. You have to look at the words. You have to see what's published. Letter of intent is not agreed to trade deal. That's not a trade deal. It's an intent to get somewhere down the road. And it came clearly with $25 million. That's called a payoff. A payoff by taxpayers in the hopes you do get a deal. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You've got to be an unbelievable cuckold, an easily manipulated, institutionalized person to believe that that means any kind of trade deal. It's zero. 11 Trump, 0 Carney. That's what we have today, Monday. Can't make it up. It's live for the whole world on both government websites. I, in the link, give you that letter right from Mark Carney's office. Go ahead, read it. You got nothing. Nada, zip, zero, zilch, less than nothing. Again, I know I'm repeating. It bothers people, but new people come on the stream. People look at different parts of the video. We paid $25 million for what? Nothing. Taxpayers. That's my video. Share. In American, if that was America, it'd be like Trump coming with $250 million saying, please make a trade deal with me. Here's a bunch of money. Can you imagine? That didn't happen. Drum roll, fierce presentations. Great for Trump all day long. While Mark Carney waited for breaks to have his individual little booth meetings outside in the lobby, in the forums. That's it. That's all he got, which is zero, and in fact less than zero. Again, paid $25 million in the hopes down the road at some time later in the future, unknown, we might get some kind of agreement with 2 of those countries. You're being bamboozled. He's a loser and a liar. A loser and a liar. God bless everybody. That's my video. Get it out there. Share, share, share. Undeniable truth. Reality, not fiction. Truth. And there's more and more and more evidence. Evidence I can't even make up. Letter from Prime Minister Mark Carney on his government website, Prime Minister's website.ca, the gov. Go look at it. God bless. Bye now. Get it out there. Educate as many as you can. We have to move the mountain of institutionalization in Canada. We need to get to Canada, the 51st state, ASAP. Bye now.